So because of the coronavirus, we have no new movie releases except Bloodshot, which I've seen. I'm just kind of figuring out what I want to say about that movie at the moment. So because no new releases, there's going to be no new movie reviews. So I'm going to do my whole Marvel movie collection of what Marvel movies are. Now this is just the MCU, and the only reason, like, I have all of them, but I have them all in steelbook editions, and they're all kind of different, unique ones. So I said, let's actually kind of show off what movies I have. Now, I have all of them. I've got two ones that aren't, people wouldn't really consider MCU. I would consider MCU as well. I have them in release order, so let's show them off. To kick off the collection video, first up, I've got Iron Man 1. Got that kind of, they did all these kind of steelbook releases. I got a few of them in this kind of format because otherwise it would have been very expensive to get the older release one. So that's the front. The back has got the art character, and from memory, yeah, it's the inside is him just kind of pointing off with his demo arm. I actually haven't seen this movie in, I think I rewatched most of them, all the kind of the big ones, more ones I thought be important leading up to Endgame. So I think that was the last time I watched this, was leading up to Endgame. And then to follow that up, I got the Incredible Hulk in the comic book cover. I love the cover of that, but in the back, it's just a normal Blu-ray background, so I don't really like it. But the only reason I picked this up was, one, I'm trying to collect all of the Marvel movies Steelbook, and looking at it now, there's only two ones I don't have, so I picked this one up, and it was only €5 for a Blu-ray plus DVD. I don't think it came with digital. Did it come with digital? No. And then it's just the inside, it's just blank white. I think the movie is fine. I haven't seen it in God knows how long. I think the last time I seen it actually was leading up to Infinity War, when I actually did watch all of the Marvel movies leading up to it. So that was probably the last time I seen the Incredible Hulk. It's never one I really have an itch to go back to. I think it's fine. I enjoy it when I do watch it, but I just don't really ever really go back to it. And then to follow that up, I do have Iron Man 2 in the same kind of steelbook artwork of the first one. I like it. The first one is a lot better than the second one. It has a lot of problems, but I still find a lot of enjoyment in it. As well, it has the art character in the back. And if memory, I think it is... Oh no, it's not what I was thinking it was. It is Iron Man pointing out his art reactor, which I'm thinking is the battle when he fights War Machine. That's where I think that is coming from, but I could be wrong. And I was thinking it was Iron Man and War Machine beside each other, but I was wrong there. Next one up, I've got Thor. This again, it's like the Incredible Hulk. It's never one I really go back to much, but I did watch it leading up to Infinity War. Haven't since. We got Mjolnir on the back, and then I'm not gonna take the discs out, but it is Thor holding up Mjolnir at the very start of the movie when he has his helmet on. So that's Thor right there. As I said, it's fine. It's not Thor Ragnarok. It's the best Thor movie, which is something everyone would say. Again, another Captain America in that steelbook artwork form. The original kind of Phase 1 movies are really hard to find in steelbook. That's why when I found the Incredible Hulk, I picked it up because it was so cheap. But I'm a massive fan of this. I love the first Avenger. A lot of people don't really like it. I think it's probably... I go between this and Iron Man as my favourite Phase 1 movie. Actually, sorry, The Avengers is my favourite Phase 1 movie. But as solo movies for Phase 1, I go between this and Iron Man. I lean more towards this because I just think this is great fun. I really enjoyed Steve Rogers' journey. I love Bucky. And I love Peggy Carter. And this is the only kind of real big performance, except for the Peggy Carter series we get around. We got the little cap shield one he kind of uses when he's first becoming Captain America. And then the inside is him when all the Hydra agents do kind of like a triangle around him from that scene. That's where the inside cover artwork comes from. To follow that up, this is the first of two that I don't have steelbook of. Avengers Assemble. I want the steelbook of it, but I just think the 4K slipcover is gorgeous. I love the lights sticking around of Tony Stark's not arc reactor, but his repulsor. It's just, I love the actual glossiness of this cover, but I would love to find a steelbook. But it's, for a 4K version, it's upwards of like €50, and I'm really trying to find it at a reasonable price, which I haven't found yet. But this, looking back on it now, compared to everything we've seen with Infinity War and Endgame, this seems such... Like, it seems like such a smaller stakes movie, and the end battle last 40 minutes are just mind-blowing. So much enjoyment I get from those 40 minutes. The second act is really boring when they are in the helicarrier when you look back at it, but this movie, bringing them all together for the first time, it is probably a perfect introduction to this kind of way of doing filmmaking. But it's one I don't really watch as much, just because if I do want to watch an Avengers movie, I will watch 3 or 4 when they're such big, massive movies compared to this movie. But I find so much enjoyment in this movie when I do watch it. And then to kick off Phase 2, I do have Iron Man 3. The thing that makes me think about this is, so this is the cover, that's the back. I think this would have been better as the front, and then this is better as the back, but that's why I did. I love, that is one of my favorite MCU posters. I love Tony Stark, and like I have that printed off and then in my wall and work, because I just think that is that cool. And oh, this is another one I love. This is another image I love as well. Him when he does that landing. A lot of people don't like Iron Man 3. I love Iron Man 3. I wouldn't, maybe this would be my favorite Iron Man movie. I just think it's a lot of fun. I love how quippy he is. I love how, even though he's out of the suit a lot, it still feels like an Iron Man action movie. The songs in it are good, and I think it's a very quotable movie. I have found myself quoting lines from that movie in daily life as well. My Instagram bio is actually just, you know who I am, literally quoting this movie, so that's why I do get a good bit of enjoyment from that. And then we got Thor: The Dark World. The thing I don't like about the Steelbook, and I think I've got 2 other Steelbooks that have it, is the spine doesn't have the name of the movie. It has these character portraits, which I don't really like. And the back of them kind of has just more character portraits. I don't know why they have them here as well as here. I think I would have preferred if it was just going to be one big open, like the way his cape is going, and just didn't have those pictures there. Because I think either choose to have them here or to have them here. Don't have them both. And then the inside, I don't know what's back here. I'm not taking the discs out, but it has that kind of the generic poster for Thor: The Dark World, which this movie kind of is just a generic movie. So to have the inside cover artwork be just a generic poster kind of makes a bit of sense. And then one of the best MCU movies, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I got this really, really cheap. I think it's the 3D version. It is. So that's the inside artwork with the 3D Blu-ray. I got it for like €15. And then after getting it, I found there's a lot of scratches somewhere. I can't find them at the moment, which shows they aren't that bad. But I was a bit disappointed when I first got it, and I can't find the scratches. I remember getting it, I was disappointed, but I love this movie. I love this Steelbook. I just think it's one of the best MCU movies, and it was actually the first one I actually got to see in cinema. To follow that up, Guardians of the Galaxy in that kind of Steelbook artwork, because the one that they released was the cassette tape, and then on the side it had the buttons, and on the back I think it had a sticker of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't actually remember, but it's like €60-70 now. I'm not paying that for a Steelbook, so picked that up for $15 when I was in New York, and I love that poster. I would love that poster in a massive frame, but you can't find it anymore. And in the back it does have that cassette tape following a kind of generic theme of all those Steelbooks, having a small silhouette of an image on the back, which I actually am a pretty big fan of. And then followed that up, we came into Age of Ultron. I love this Steelbook. I used to have the 4K kind of Blu-ray, or the 4K normal, like the Avengers Assemble. I had the Avengers Age of Ultron 4K that, but then I've seen this, I'm like, I want that. I'm trying to get my hands on the Avengers Assemble version of this, but I can't find it anywhere. But that's the kind of front cover, which has all our characters around it. The back, we've got a big menacing picture of Ultron, and the inside cover artwork is just Iron Man flying with Veronica coming on him, which I'm pretty sure it's called Veronica. If it is called that, I'm kind of impressed with myself that I remember that, because again, haven't seen that since Infinity War. Next up, we got Ant-Man. It's a really in a way, it's a boring kind of Steelbook, but it's also kind of clever because you do have a little tiny Ant-Man in there, as you can see. The back, it's just kind of, it's a big memory. I can't remember what they're actually called right now, but you know what it is. And the inside, it just continues on doing all the circuits, and it has, Ant-Man's not there, but it's got little ants all over the place destroying the thing. Ant-Man, it's a fun movie. Both Ant-Man movies I just find are really fun, just easy to watch movies. Paul Rudd's great in them as well. Michael Pena, I'm pretty sure his name is. I love whenever he has a little story to tell. One of the best parts about those movies. To follow that up, Captain America Civil War. I love that case. I love how it splits them right down the middle as well. The back, I have that poster actually just down there in a frame. I've got a big massive A3 poster of them side by side, which I picked up at Comic-Con, that I absolutely love. I love that poster to death. And then the inside is, I'm going to take this out because I do want to show this off. It's all our characters fighting all over the place. This is probably one of, if not my favourite MCU Steelbook, just because it's not boring in the front, it's not boring in the back, it's not boring in the inside. It's got so much going on as well. It is also one of my favourite MCU movies, but the spine is one of those ones I'm a massive fan of. But at least this one fills it right up from start to bottom, rather than Thor Ragnarok that just has 4 characters there. And then this is one that a lot of people wouldn't really put in their MCU collection, but I have it. Jessica Jones, the first season. I would say this is my favourite of all the Netflix series. This is my favourite. The first season, Jessica Jones, I just thought was great. I have Killmonger there, who I love David Tennant. So of course this was my actually introduction to David Tennant, was Killmonger. So to go from him in that then to Doctor Who, I just thought it was so weird, so jarring. But he's fucking phenomenal in this as well. I don't know her name. I think it's Christian Ritter, but I'm not really sure. But she's really good in the role, Jessica Jones. I haven't seen season 3 yet. Season 2 I thought was such a letdown. I don't want to watch season 3, but season 1 is by far the best of Netflix movies, or Netflix Marvel TV shows. The back just says Marvel, and then the inside, I don't know what the inside artwork is, but it's stretched over 4 discs. So I haven't actually seen this in so long, so maybe I might start watching that soon, because I do want to go back to kind of finish all those Marvel Netflix series. And then the other Marvel Netflix one, I only picked it up because I did get it, like I think it was like €10. So I said, okay, maybe I might start collecting them. Never really went anywhere with it, but I said maybe I will. Picked up Luke Cage. I haven't seen Luke Cage season 2 yet, but I have season 1 on Blu-ray or Steelbook. It's the first season. The cover, I think it's fine. It's nothing incredible, and the back is just Marvel. Again, the inside, I think it's just, yeah, it's just a picture of Luke Cage. Again, this is stretched over 4 discs. I think it's fine. Again, I haven't seen it since the first time it did air, and I really can't really remember a lot of it. And then to follow it up, got Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange. It's never one again. I never have the itch to watch this movie, but haven't seen it again since Infinity War. But maybe I might watch this again soon, because Doctor Strange 2 is coming out next year, so I might want to refresh my memory. As well, Black Widow's coming out. I want to do a ranking, so I want to kind of refresh my memory of all these movies, so I might watch them all soon. So that's the front. The back is the Eye of Agamotto, and then I think it's the Ancient One is the inside artwork. Is the Ancient One. I don't remember what scene that is. I think it's the start when it does the whole kind of Inception kind of thing at the start. I think that's where that kind of picture comes from. But I think it's a bit weird they chose to do the Ancient One instead of Doctor Strange for the actual inside. Following that up, got Guardians of the Galaxy, which I think this was my first... No, this was my second MCU Steelbook. The first one is coming up, but do not push. The back of it continues on, but I just think it's kind of boring. And then the inside... Oh yeah, the inside is all them just kind of lining up with the fire all over. It's the first one I actually started keeping my cinema tickets for MCU movies. I think this is the only MCU movie I've seen this year. I just hadn't seen it in so long, and I actually, when I picked up the Yondu Guardians of the Galaxy 2 pop, I wanted to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's fine. It's not as good as the first one. It's probably one of my least favourite Marvel movies, but again, just those characters alone are just really fun to watch. And then following that up, we've got the Spider-Man Homecoming Steelbook, 4K Steelbook, I want to say. Is that 4K? Is that? I don't know. Is this a 4K? No, it's not. It's just Blu-ray in 3D. Oh no, it is 4K. Just 3 disc. It's got like a shit ton of stuff in here. There's a lot of like codes for our digital, and we got the cinema tickets. But the front cover I love. Following up with the back cover, I absolutely love. I love how simplistic this Steelbook. No, sorry, not simplistic. I love how it's just. It doesn't care, like it doesn't have to have the name going across here. I love how it just shows off all these different kind of artworks, and it's one of the real unique ones that Marvel has, and I really like it. And then following up, this is my first one. I think I only picked it up because it was like €10 on Amazon, and I already had it. I'm like, okay, I'll start. And then I kind of went a bit crazy and started picking up a lot of Steelbooks. But Thor Ragnarok, I love that Steelbook. I think it is gorgeous, and I'm glad I picked it up when I did, because it's like €50 now. The back is his helmet, and then that's the other one there that has the characters on the side again. I don't really mind this one as much. I think it's just the other one, the Thor one, bothers me as much, just because the image just continuing onto the back, and it kind of ruins it by having the spine go down the side. And then this one here is just Thor against Hulk, which is one of the best things about that movie. I love that fight scene. And then I got up Black Panther. This is probably one of the weaker Steelbooks as well, just because it is kind of boring. Black Panther, I find it okay. I haven't seen it in so long. The thing about this is one of the reasons why I'm not really a massive fan of Joker either, is because I enjoyed the movie when I first seen it, but then everyone went on and on and on about the movie, which kind of soured my note, and it kind of ruined the movie for me, hearing everyone go on about it, which is one of the reasons I have no really interest to go back to Black Panther, just because everyone went on about it a bit much. But then it's just that kind of poster of all the characters going across, and it's just Wakanda in the background. I enjoy it in the cinema. I actually haven't seen it since the cinema, so I might go back soon. Next up, Avengers Infinity War, which is my favourite MCU movie. I picked this up in Kex, which is in, I think it's in England. Yeah, it's in England and Ireland. It's a second-hand store. I picked this up there as far as I know, and it was cheap enough. I was walking by the window, and I literally said, like, yeah, that's something I need to pick up because I needed it in my collection. So, cover, we got just Thanos holding the Infinity Gauntlet, followed by the Avengers silhouette in the back of the sky. Then it's just got our kind of main characters across, and then I've got 2 tickets. I think I've seen that more than twice in the cinema. And then our last one that is not a steelbook, which I don't know why I haven't got this, because I've seen it so many times. I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. Ant-Man the Wasp. I don't know if I prefer this one or Ant-Man out of the Ant-Man movies. I'm excited for a third one. They haven't announced a third one yet, as far as I know. But I really hope they do a third Ant-Man movie, because I think these are just easy to watch, really fun Ant-Man movies. I've seen it twice in cinema, I want to say, and I've seen it about 3 or 4 times since. I remember when it was coming out, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to buy that when it first comes out. I'm going to wait for it to come down cheaper. And then I went into Golden Discs, which is a Irish store here that sells movie, and I was picking up Mission Impossible 6, and I seen this too. I'm like, okay, I'll just buy them both. So that day I picked up Ant-Man the Wasp and Mission Impossible 6, so that was an expensive day when I was picking the two of them up. And then next up we got Captain Marvel. Again, this is like the Iron Man one, where I don't know why this was the front cover when this would have been a better front cover, but that's what they chose to do. And then the inside is just kind of Brie Larson, or sorry, Carol Danvers on her fighter jet with the 4K and the Blu-ray. I haven't seen this. I seen it when it came out in Blu-ray first, but whenever that was, so like May, June. So I haven't seen it since then, and I don't really want to watch go back to it anytime soon. And the next two I'll just kind of do it together because it is the same movie. I have 2 copies of Avengers Endgame. One, I picked up this one because it got a day of release, because I was picking up stuff from Zavi and I knew it would take about 3 or 4 weeks to get here, and I really wanted to watch the Avengers Endgame again. And I love the artwork for both. I actually have this one on my wall. Like the day this was released, I printed it off for myself because I knew I would love it. So it's a lovely A3 poster on my wall, framed, because I loved it. And then I picked up this one because it's the Avengers Endgame. Of course, I can't have not Avengers Endgame and Steelbook and have the rest of them on Steelbook, so I have the 2 of them. I think maybe I might just sell this one just because I have 2 copies of it, but for the moment I might hang on to the 2 of them. I might change my mind in the future, but at least I have the 2 of them. And then to follow it up, the last one I've got, Spider-Man Homecoming. I really kind of wish they continued the artwork going on from where Homecoming had the really cool artwork posters. I wish they kind of continued that going on, but I know in America they did it, but in Ireland we just got this one. I like it. And then the back kind of follows the Captain Marvel one, which I don't really like. I think that's a really bad kind of background for Spider-Man Homecoming. I wish they did something cooler than that. And then the inside is just a shit ton of webs. But again, I haven't seen this. I watched it when it came out on Blu-ray, so that was September, I want to say. September, October. I think it was October, November, actually. I don't know. Whenever it came out, I watched it. I love it. This is my favourite Spider-Man movie. I think it's such a fun Spider-Man movie as well. Tom Holland is by far the best Spider-Man we have ever gotten. So I'm really excited for that 3rd movie. And our next one is Black Widow, which is coming out. As far as we know, it might get postponed, but it's meant to come out in May. So I'm really excited again to get a new Marvel movie and then add new Marvel movies to my collection. So if you like this kind of video, click that subscribe button so you can come back when I do my next kind of video. I'm thinking of doing my Pixar collection or maybe my Disney classics. I was going to do my entire Blu-ray haul, but then I looked at my shelf and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So maybe if you want to see all that kind of stuff, do click that subscribe button so you can come back. Let me know what Marvel movies you have. If you just got the normal Blu-rays, or you got all the 4Ks, or like me, you got them all in Steelbook form. So let me know what all you have and that kind of thing. Just do click that subscribe button so you can come back. And as always, thanks for watching.